all depends upon the people that are gathered. So I'd request this, and this is a point of tasawwuf that I'm explaining to you. These majalis, gatherings of tasawwuf, a person when he goes to a wali wala, then you cannot force anybody in this. Totally not. This gathering is purely and purely based upon love in the heart. Totally, it's not forcing somebody, or if you don't go, this will happen or that will happen. And there are different emotions and feelings within a person. The heart doesn't feel like going, oh, the bayan is quite long. Some people start looking at the clocks or the watches or looking around. They start opening the door, looking at somebody else's face, and their necks keep turning around. So this feeling, this emotion, this condition is better thousands of times over that a person doesn't attend the gathering, because rather than taking the rahmah, he leaves with the adhab of Allah, with the punishment. This is tasawwuf. This is the principle of tasawwuf. So here, when a person comes to the gathering of the wali wala, you, mashallah, praise be to Allah, this is the beginning of life, and we are about to leave from this world. This is the start of your life. So remember this, you don't know in future which walis of Allah you will see and which masjid you go to, and I'm just giving you the awareness. I'm not a wali wala, I'm just giving you some awareness and coaching, that my words, maybe you will remember them and do dua for me at that time. That's the request I have and nothing else. So I'm just telling you about the life that's to come in the future, such walis of Allah you will meet. So don't waste that time, because this is a coaching center, you could say, or training center. And there's no wali of Allah here. May Allah Ta'ala give you that company. But be really cautious about one thing. Remember this, that never be be'adab, never be disrespectful in that gathering. The more you attend the gathering with adab and manners, and according to the tabiyat and the requirement of the Shaykh, this is what we need to understand. Look, our pious elders have said that before getting bay'ah, the biggest thing that you need to see, you don't see that does the Shaykh have kashf or miracles, inspiration, karamat or ilm or knowledge or big titles. No, one thing you need to see, that how will I benefit from the Shaykh? How will I take benefit from the Shaykh? Will I take benefit from his ilm or from some other factor? No. For benefit, the one big point to attain istifada, benefit from the Shaykh, that if you want to attain benefit from a Shaykh, proper benefit, then there's one point to understand. That gathering we are in now, remember that when you're sat in the majlis, in the gathering, that your ears should be attentive, alert, like antennas, and your mind should be alert, your brain should be alert, and your eyes, your gaze should be lowered totally, and you should be listening attentively, very attentively. Even if an earthquake is to come, then your neck should not move to the left or the right. You shouldn't move, you shouldn't look around. Silently listen to the discussion and take benefit from every word, every phrase, every sentence. And if something forces you to move, then with total respect, leave that gathering with respect, slowly. But to sit in the majlis looking at the wall and left and right and the clocks and the watches, this is a lot of disrespect. Why? Because Shaykh, the teacher, is speaking his consideration. When the affairs of Allah is coming onto the Shaykh, then when the Shaykh is distracted, then the adhab, the punishment comes to that individual who distracted the Shaykh, who put the Shaykh off his tracks or his mind. So this is a very big point of adab that I'd like to mention, that whenever Allah Ta'ala gives you the tawfiq, the ability to attend a majlis of a wali of Allah, remember two things. Number one, that do you have compatibility, your mind, your heart, your soul. Then you say, Hazrat, give me bay'ah, I'd like to be your student. You need to look at, is there compatibility? Do I want what he wants to give? Doesn't matter how great he is, an alim or a scholar, but if you don't have compatibility with what he is giving, what you need, khalis, purely to attain Allah's qurban, is marifah. We're speaking about this, and for that the Qur'an has told us the route. I will describe that today very clearly. The Qur'an has told, وَجَاهَدُوا فِينَا, Allah Ta'ala has explained in the Qur'an very clearly. Allah said this in the Qur'an. Allah Ta'ala said, what is the path? وَجَاهَدُوا فِينَا. That when you take hold of this path, Allah says, what is this path? The path of effort. وَجَاهَدُوا Mujahada. That when you come on this path, then Allah Ta'ala says, what happens then? Then Allah says, I will drag you myself, Allah says, towards my nearness. Instead of obeying the nafs, if we oppose the nafs and did a little bit of ibadah, only a little bit, but from morning till evening, if we oppose the nafs, then by the evening Allah Ta'ala would be happy and content with ourselves. you understand what I'm saying? This is a very valuable point. So this is where a person fails and he doesn't understand what's going on here. I do all of this, I don't know what's happening. And in many salikeen in their hearts, these waswasas arise. That I'm not succeeding, it's been so long, I did dhikr of Allah, I did these actions and that other actions, but I'm not succeeding, nothing's happened. The reason for this is that with our nafs, we are playing games, we're obeying the desires, we follow the desires, the route the desire maps out, and we don't get success. Now, what is the opposition of the nafs now? How do we do فِينَا لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا, to oppose the desires? But as for those who strive hard in our cause, Allah says, we shall most certainly guide them onto the path that leads to us. So those who oppose the desires, they will do the islah, rectify themselves, they will go to a pious person, a sheikh, and say that this is what I'm like, these are my deficiencies.